Okay.
All right. All right, now we're ready to roll. Okay, all board members are present with the exception of Dr. Sneed and Mrs. Longacre.
Our vision at Madison-Grant United School Corporation is to inspire, cultivate, and promote excellence in every Argyle. Our mission is that Madison-Grant is an innovative education community empowering students to be future ready. Public comments. The public is always invited to speak before the board. Please stand when recognized by the president and state your first and last name. Comments should be addressed to the board and be limited to items on the agenda. No complaints or accusations regarding personnel can be allowed during this public discussion time. A time limit of 3 minutes will be given. If more than one person is represented for a group, only one spokesperson will be heard. There is an opportunity for additional comments on non-agenda items towards the end of the meeting. Hearing none. The first item I have before you this evening is just seeking approval for the addition of the addendum in regards to personnel.
Need a motion for the approval of the addendum, please. First by Mr. Stanley, second by Mrs. Martin. All those in favor? Motion passes.
Next, we have the approval of minutes of the school board meeting and executive session held on July 28, 2026.
Any questions? Need a motion for the approval of minutes. First by Mr. Haynes, second by Mr. Stanley. All those in favor? Motion passes.
Approval of vouchers. EFTs in the amount of $149,116.67. Checks number 10740 through 10742 in the amount of $33,903.04. No payroll. So that leaves us with a grand total of $183,019.71.
Any questions on vouchers? Need a motion for approval of vouchers, please. First by Mr. Haynes, second by Mr. Stanley. All those in favor? Motion passes.
Approval of personnel as presented in your packet tonight.
Need a motion for the approval of personnel, please. First by Mr. Stanley, second by Mr. Haynes. All those in favor? Motion passes.
Can I make a comment about that one?
You can.
Again, okay. That it's a transfer of Mrs. Walls from first grade to kindergarten. And I just want to say I stopped by to see her yesterday. She found out about this a week before school started, and it caused me panic as a retired teacher. And so I thanked her for the effort that extra effort she's put in, especially in such a short time frame. And she's ready to go. So
yeah,
I appreciate that.
Thank you for doing that. You know, obviously that's something that we never desire to do.
Right.
This close to the start of the school year, but without a doubt, in my opinion, what's best for kids.
Yeah.
But you know, she's had the other two members of the kindergarten team come around her and support her. But then also it put additional on our other two first grade teachers too, as we redistributed a class. And so I appreciate both our kindergarten and first grade teams and just the team approach they've taken in understanding that this is what's best. Not ideal, not perfect, but it is what's best. And so both those teams have just rolled up their sleeves and dug in. So I appreciate that. But thank you for making it to make a point to her yesterday.
I wanted to make a point to talk to her.
Approval of donations. We have none this evening. Same for fundraisers. Action items. So the first action item I have before you this evening is our ECA risk reports, including interest earned for Summitville Elementary School and Park Elementary School. And those are the ECA reports that we submit through Gateway that are used in audits and so forth.
Any questions on the risk report? Need a motion for approval of the risk report, please. First by Mr. Stanley, second by Mr. Haynes. All those in favor? Motion passes.
The next item, and I'll give you guys a chance. I know this was a late act. This is the push to students' first day tomorrow. But I'll give you guys an opportunity to review that addendum as it relates to personnel as I seek approval of that addendum at this time.
Any questions? Need a motion for the approval of the addendum of personnel, please. First by Mr. Stanley, second by Mrs. Martin. All those in favor? Motion passes.
That concludes our action items this evening and brings us to miscellaneous. I just have a few here. Back to school night last night. both of our buildings were full. And, we had that conversation today, and I think they felt full. At the elementary, all of our classrooms have something in them. And so I think that in and of itself, and then also the addition of sixth grade out here, just created a different feel in this building as well. So, but a lot of energy last night, a lot of attendance. And so students received, at the elementary school, their supplies were already in their classrooms, at their desks. Out here, students showed up and got a bag full of their school supplies. And so they did that. They got their Chromebooks out here. But just a successful night. I think the staff this morning, as we met, for their efforts yesterday, but just a really neat night to have all of our families and students back in the buildings. Staff work days, so the last 2 days, yesterday and today, have been our first two teacher contract days. This morning, we did hold our district breakfast and meeting. I know Mrs. Martin was able to be present with us this morning as we challenged our staff and we kicked off the year with them. Kudos to Mrs. Bernay and her staff. They fed us all breakfast. And so that's always a highlight to just have all of us in one spot at the same time. We closed school offices, everybody was on site. So it was a good morning. Special thanks to Allison and Anna. What you guys have in front of you tonight is a bag that every one of our employees received when they returned today. And so they got their back to school folders with all their benefit information and open enrollment checklists and all that. But then they also received these bags with just some MG stuff in them. And so just thankful for their efforts in getting all those stuffed and ready to go. Was in attendance at community prayer night before stepping away from that to come in here. But just thankful for our community partners, our partnering churches, just those that come around us and support us in all the ways they do. I know a lot of times we see donations coming through, whether it's from churches, whether it's from different community partners, but just thankful for all of our community partners. And I think the final thing that I have is just tomorrow being first student day. And so I think that it's been a summer full of work and a hustling pace. So it'll be nice to have students back in the building tomorrow and settle into somewhat of a routine and get the year started. Okay. Public expressions. The public is always invited to speak before the board. Please stand when recognized by the president and state your first and last name. Comments should be addressed to the board and be limited to corporation issues only. No complaints or accusations regarding personnel can be allowed during this public discussion time. A time limit of 3 minutes will be given. If more than one person is represented for a group, only one spokesperson will be heard. Hearing none. School board expressions.
I would just like to commend our maintenance and custodial staff. The buildings look amazing. I went over through the elementary yesterday, and it is an impressive educational facility. I mean, I can't get over how much it has changed. It just looks absolutely wonderful. The new furniture, the teachers seem to be excited. There was a little, milling around going, and they were excited. And their faculty lounge is also a wonderful perk for them.
Absolutely. Okay. Upcoming events. We will be right back in here at 7 p.m. on August 18th. And that is where I will ask for approval to advertise our 2027 budget. I've got a lot of work to do between now and then. But that is the game plan right now, is to bring that to you guys that evening for approval for advertising. And then there's almost a month gap in there between that meeting and our first one in September. So we'll be back in here on September 15th, and that will actually be our budget hearing that evening.
All right, need a motion for adjournment, please. First by Mr. Stanley, second by Mr. Hayes. Meeting's adjourned. Good job.